Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to week 4 of our English 235 class. You've made it a month in. Woohoo! Bravo! Pat on the back, all that good stuff. Yay! So this week we get to continue moving forward, and we're going to be working on documenting sources in APA style. Now, there are a couple of styles that are really prominent in academia. If you've taken any other English classes like English 101 or 102 or any literature classes, you were probably asked to write in MLA format. That's the format of choice for most English kind of classes. If you've taken history classes, you probably had to write in Chicago style, which is the weirdest of all the styles. And in this class, we are going to be writing in APA format. And there's a couple reasons why we're using APA in this class. Even though it's an English class, which traditionally use MLA format, we've selected APA format in this class because it's probably the style you're going to run into most in the real world. If you're working in the sciences or the social sciences or many business fields, APA style is the go-to style. And so because this is a technical writing class that's designed to help you in the workplace, we want to have a style that's actually going to be helpful. So we get to work on learning that style this week. So in your book, there is a whole section on APA. So if you've got the most recent edition, these page numbers will help you. If you've got an older edition, no worries. APA style is still in there. It's probably near the back, but you can look it up in the index too and just look up APA format, and there's like a whole big section on it. Scroll through that, kind of see how we document different styles of sources in APA. And then we're going to be working on completing a worksheet. So let's look at that. It's another one of our major assignments. This one is pretty straightforward. You don't have to create a lot of material. You're just going to be correcting APA format errors, and you're going to be showing your APA format skills. So you're going to download a worksheet and use this source. It's called Leadership in the Fear Factor. Here's the PDF. You can download that. Read through this article first, and then you're going to be using that article as your source material to demonstrate your APA skills. Here's some APA examples and help from Markle's text and from other outside sources. And here's the Word doc version of the examples that I've got below for you here. So let me download it so we can talk about it a little bit more, because sometimes the computer doesn't like to open that up. So download this Word doc and then type your answers into it and then upload it. So there are a couple different sections in this document, the first of which is recognizing plagiarism. What you're going to see in this section is an original excerpt. So this is going to come from our article. This is the original text. Then there's going to be a student work. This is what an imaginary student wrote. And then I'm going to have you tell me what kind of errors you see in an APA format. And then I want you to correct those errors here. And bonus, for those of you who are watching these announcement videos, I'm going to do one as an example, so you get free answers for the first one. Yay! Aren't you proud of yourself for making great choices and watching these videos? Yes, you should be. All right, so the original excerpt in this one says, managing performance through a divide and conquer strategy will set at odds the very people who must coordinate with each other. We've got the author right here, and we found out what page the excerpt is from. The example student work says, according to Jody Hoffer-Gattel, 2004, managing performance through a divide and conquer strategy will set at odds the very people who must coordinate with each other. You're like, wait, that sounds really familiar. Oh, it's the exact same words as the first one, which would be fine if they were in quotes, because it's okay if you use the exact words from the source as long as they're in quotation marks, so we know that it's somebody else's words. Otherwise, we might think that you made these words up. And if we thought that, this would be an example of plagiarism or accidental plagiarism. So we don't want to have plagiarism accidental or intentional, which is why we're going through this. So the error is missing quotation marks around source material. That's it. Missing quotation marks around source material. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then we're going to do our correction here. I'm just going to copy and paste this bad boy and put it down here, except I'm going to make the important change of putting in quotation marks around the material that is taken directly from the original source. And then if we've got a direct quotation, we do need to put the page number. And so we'll put that there at the end. Ta-da! All right, there's the answer to the first one. Hooray! Aren't you glad you watched this video? You're going to do the same thing for the original excerpt 2 and the original excerpt 3. And then we're going to move on to the next section, which is quotations. You're going to take quotations from Leadership and the Fear Factor. So download that article that's linked in the assignments and write a quotation. Pick at least one complete sentence. Use a signal phrase. And a signal phrase is when you introduce the quote. So you say, according to this author, blah, 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 give the author's name. In the article, blah, 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 give the article title. And then you give your quote, you cite your quote, and you're good to go. The second one, you want to write an original sentence that includes a phrase of 3 or more words and include a signal phrase. So this one's a little bit different than question number 1 because I want a very short quote in this one. I want you to have a signal phrase, a very short quote, and then some of your own words building on the ideas from the quoted material. The quoted material should be very short. I'm talking like 3 to 8 words, real short. We don't want a big long sentence quote in number 2, just a very short fragment quote embedded within the intro phrase and then your own words afterwards. Then we have paraphrase and summary. The major difference between paraphrase and summary is the length of the material. So both paraphrase and summary are taking someone else's ideas. So we've read a source text. We're taking those ideas and we're putting them into our own words. We're still giving credit to the source, but we've made those ideas in our own words. Where we see a difference is a paraphrase is about the same length as the original. So if you're paraphrasing 2 sentences from the original, your words are going to be about 2 sentences long as well. So you'll give me the 2 sentences from the original, and then you'll take those ideas, put them in your own words, and write 2 sentences articulating the ideas in your own style. Make sure you cite it, and that's a paraphrase. A summary is much shorter than the original. So in this one, I'm asking you to find at least 4 sentences worth of material from the original source text. Then I want you to take those ideas, think about them, condense them down into something much smaller, and write 1 sentence that tells me all of those ideas. So since Halloween is coming, the original material is like the king-size candy bar, and your summary is like those little fun-size ones that you get when you trick-or-treat. It's very little, but it's still a piece of something bigger. Does that make sense? Now I want candy. Shoot. So the summary will be a much smaller version of the original source material. You're going to want to make sure to cite both of these, and then you're good to go. That is our assignment for the week. You got lots of time to work on it. APA format can be a bit of a pain, so I wanted to make sure we had time to really explore it and figure out how it all works. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. Trying to figure out APA format. So do our reading in the text, work on that documentation assignment. Now I have hiccups. And then turn that in on Sunday. That's what we're working on. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. Otherwise, have a great week. Don't get too cold out there. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you master APA style.